Te ayudo. Lo hago yo. Tenemos 200 personas aquí. Dan una bienvenida. Estamos en la segunda parte del paseo.
Hola, ¿ahora sí se me escucha? Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Vamos a dar unos minutitos extra, únicamente estamos esperando que terminen de entrar las personas. Entonces, gracias por venir al tiempo. Un momentito más nada más. Gracias.
Los de la academia de inglés Easy. Easy English. Los seis ¿Vamos acá? Sí. ¿Acá? Sí.
Bien.
Y está bien. No.
Yo si es que funciona. Y si no, digo, sí.
Mira, si funciona, si no, me haces. Sigue, next. Sí, pues.
Tengo que hablar para acá, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Genial. Ya dice que no está el sonido.
Pero nadie está hablando.
¿Y me están oyendo ahorita?
Buenas tardes. Buenas. ¿Se escucha? ¿Se escucha ahí? ¿No? Más o menos, ¿no?
Solo con tu voz.
¿Ahora? ¿Mejor? Ya me escucho. Bienvenidos todos, muy buenas tardes, gracias por venir. Voy a empezar en español y después cambiamos a inglés, como ya sabemos, esta es un meeting que se hace en inglés, ¿no? Primero, bienvenidos todos, de parte de ISM Group. Y pues nada, un par de palabritas únicamente para iniciar. Sabemos todos, estamos conscientes de que al momento que vimos que esto era una presentación de una oportunidad laboral de Disney, creo que a todos nos brillaron los ojos. Todos tenemos como una imagen de Disney y aparte de un crucero y si tomamos las dos imágenes, pues, la verdad a mí me hace mucha ilusión y como que te genera algo especial, ¿no? Sabemos que Disney es mágico. ¿Sí? Y bueno, el día de hoy vamos a tener bastante información importante de diferentes entidades. Y bueno, a partir de este momento voy a cambiar a inglés, únicamente voy a mencionar que al final vamos a tener un espacio para preguntas y respuestas para quien tenga alguna duda mientras vamos brindando esta información. ¿Vale? Mi nombre es David Ramses y so, hello, welcome today. And so we wanted to say thank you, first of all, for coming over to different entities, different parts that are part of this group or this segment of job. And all the people has made this possible to gather all these people in this auditorium, and all the people that is through their computer, through their mobile phones, watching us online. There's a lot of people who kind of listening to receiving this information. So thank you for making this possible. I'm pretty sure that same as me, many of you have this interest in getting this or a different job position, right? A job position that is going to be very interesting, very exciting, getting the chance to learn new things, getting the chance to enjoy it, right? Right now we're gonna share with you a video from ISMBR group. This is the group that is moving all the things here, all right? And so yeah, let's. Do you have the video ready? So. Like right now. While we get the video, it's worth to mention that one of the things that is most valuable about getting ourselves Guatemalans into the cruise business is because we all know that Guatemalans have a lot of quality, a lot of warmth, right? So they're good. Ministerio de Trabajo has done a lot of work sending the Guatemalans as the most valuable asset, the people, right? We are good for this. So feel free to have a good time, relax yourselves, and enjoy the information that we're going to be sharing. Well, it looks like it's going to take a couple more minutes. So, well, in the meantime, I'm going to give some welcome and to Candy Bellis, who is representing the English Academy. Right?
Thank you.
Where are you, Candy? There you are.
We're here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, there we are. So, enjoy the video. Hope you all enjoy it. It's good, right? We're gonna move forward. So looks like gonna have the video later on. All right. So well, we got some special. Oh, here's better, right? Sorry. So we have some very special guests today. One of them is actually right here next to me. He's Marco Santillon. He's representing ISMBR, and we also have Carolina Coelho over here.
Buenas tardes.
So I'm gonna leave you guys with Marco Santillon. He's gonna have some words and gonna share some information. We can give him a really Guatemalan warm applause or welcome or hey, we know that. Whatever you prefer, right?
Thank you very much for being here today. Indeed, it was a lot of work for many people, so thanks to everybody involved in this work. And so finally, we are about to share some information with you about our role in this recruiting process. So we've been working in the cruise industry for the last 15 years. We started the operation in Brazil, and we are currently operating also in Guatemala together with the support of the Labor Ministry. So I would like to click on the presentation so that I can go forward on the first. Yeah, so that's me. I'm the recruitment manager. And so ISN BR group is divided into ISN BR, which operates in Brazil, and then we have ISN CA, which means Central America. We are currently in Guatemala, and hopefully we will be able to expand our operation to other territories in Central America. But this is the organization that we have currently. So, yeah. Can you click on the next? So what we do is that we support the cruise industry by recruiting personnel in country for the cruise lines, and we offer also some administrative support for them. And we have a certification that is called NLC 2006. It is an international certification that states that we are working under all the international rules and regulations, mainly avoiding to charge people for applying for jobs. That would be the the most important aspect right now. So yeah, we click on the next. So we are very proud to work for these cruise lines, and as recruitment allies, and we are currently looking for the right people here in Guatemala, and we will be hopefully part of this process. So we've been working for the last 3 years with them, and it's been very special. The product that they offer to the customers is really amazing. I mean, I will leave the presentation to them. You will see what I mean. So can we click on next? So the cruise industry is one of the biggest areas in the hospitality and tourism industries, and we have a big growth for the last years, and we are expecting to continue seeing this growth. So many ships are being built, many ships are being put into sale, and that means that we have a lot of opportunities all the time coming. Usually our processes are permanent, so that means that you can apply anytime. Of course, there will be some moments that we will be having more vacancies than other moments, but it is a permanent recruitment process. So we will guide you on how you can apply for these opportunities. But I would like to point out that when we speak about the hospitality and tourism industries, we have the cruise lines like leading with big growth. And yeah, this is an example of happy people working on board. Hopefully, some of you will have this opportunity as well. And some of the departments of the areas where you can apply are food and beverages with bar, restaurant, and kitchen, also cleaning, housekeeping, and also guest services, entertainment, maintenance, among others. Right? Into each of these departments, there are a list of different roles that you can apply. Next, please. Here is like happy cook working board. So it's just an example. I don't know if you are able to see it on the name tag, but it is written the name of this person, and he's from Honduras, our neighbor country. So we can have really good opportunities in this industry here in Guatemala, and hopefully we will be able to guide you and you will succeed with us. So we click on next. So this is where we want to show you how to apply to our website. It's very simple. You can see the yellow or the orange areas. Pick ahora. When you enter in our website, you click in this button, and then can we click on next? We will show you where you will be guided to. You are supposed to watch this video. After you watch this video, you can click on the orange icon, and then you will be guided to start your registration. Can we go next? Yeah. Here you have the instructions, guidance. It's very important to read everything. You need time to fill up this application, so it is not like you will do it quickly in 5 minutes through your cell phone. Probably it will take from you at least 15 minutes of your time. So consider this whenever you are going to apply. And then you click on next, and you will start your registration with your personal data. And if you have a passport, make sure you have it in your hands so that you can set up the passport number and valid date. If you don't have a passport, there will be an option for that. So you click on I don't have a passport, and then you go forward to your registration. And that's how you can apply, okay? This is not an immediate job proposal. It will take some time for you. After you apply, you will be guided to the next. There is an image that will happen with this. So when you do your registration, it will be on number 1, right? You go to our website, you register yourself on this website, then you will be selected to do an interview with us, with ISMDR, the recruiting agency. If you succeed, you will go to step 3, which is an interview with business recruiters. If you succeed, you will have to present some documents, fill out some requirements about documents, and then you will have an embarkation assignment at the end. So this will be a process that usually will take between 3 and 6 months. It will depend on some other factors which I'm not going to go that deep into right now. But yeah, this is it about our website. Can we click on next? I'm really happy, remember, working on board. So the other lady was cleaning, this gentleman is preparing a nice drink. So imagine yourself working in a big hotel. It is something very similar to that. Can we click on next? So this is it. This is the recruitment agency. Come with us. We are here to support you. And whenever you feel like asking questions, or if you need other information about your application or something, we will share with everybody all this information afterwards. Okay, so it is not that we will be receiving applications today. This is not supposed to be the day that you are going to be applying. So this is only an informative meeting for you to get to know about these opportunities. All right. So me myself, I started to work in this industry around 15 years ago. More than that. 15 years ago, I started to work with an agency, but I spent some years working abroad. And I am from Guatemala. I've been living abroad for the last 20 years of my life. But it was indeed a really good opportunity for my life. It is like before going on board, my life was very different. After I had this opportunity to work on board, it changed a lot. So hopefully all of you will have similar opportunities, and we are here to encourage you so that you can succeed with us. Thank you very much to everybody, and I will call my colleague here, Lily. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcos.
just stuck in my mind is like we're looking for the right people, right? I'm pretty sure we all know someone that has gone into a cruise but it was just a few people that used to go on my cruise a few years ago. Now, getting the chance to know that there's an opportunity out there and that there's people coming over to Guatemala. We know we're good, of course, and they're looking for us. I mean, it's very exciting for me. Having the chance to know that there are some other opportunities in the one I can grow and develop myself, learning new things, working on a ship, having a party. Yeah. Now we got a meeting. So please enjoy.
Have you ever imagined yourself working with a multicultural team and traveling at the same time? Are you willing to leave your routine, family, friends, and experience a different world? Are you available to work hard for at least 6 months in a row? If the answer is yes, then you're welcome. We are looking for reliable, independent, and flexible team workers with a cheerful personality, excellent customer service skills, and able to serve quickly and efficiently while preserving high quality standards. Over 18 years of age, able to speak English clearly, professional experience or training, travel availability. Some of the job offers are tour escorts, entertainers, shop attendants, photographers, assistant waiters, housekeepers, and cooks. On board a cruise ship, every day is a moment. There is a lot of work. All workers must be willing to work 7 days a week, an average of 11 hours a day. There are no days off, only breaks between shifts. Contracts follow the International Maritime Labour Convention rules. They may vary from 4 months to 9 months length. Read more about FLC rules in the links below. Wages are paid in dollars to the seafarer's account. Think of disadvantages: health insurance, life insurance. You will have no cost for the housing. You will not waste time traveling from home to work. All meals will be provided for free. You will have a dollar salary. You will get international experience. First, register your resume on our website. Download the PDF file, read the selection process to see more details. To start the selection process, download the PDF file and follow the steps.
So there we go. Some more information about how the process is, right? Now, moving forward, I got some interesting information about how things work outside of the country. Guatemala has, according to the UN, which is the ONU, about 1,368,431 immigrants, and this represents about 7.61% of Guatemala's population. 7.61. And out of that 7.61, the 89% usually go to the US. we all know a person, family or a close friend who has gone to the US because they want to improve their way of living, right? At the end of 2022, Guatemala positioned itself with a record figure of 18,040 million in family remittances. That's what remesas. All the money that comes from different countries. That's a lot of money coming from the outside, right? And currently, Guatemala has signed agreements to generate orderly forms of temporary work abroad, to have this organized so we don't have our family or ourselves even going outside and having the risk. We all know that a couple of friends who have gone mojados if they're going to the US, how risky it can be, or going to a different country outside of America, right? And having to stay there because there is no paperwork. Doing these agreements, I believe it helps a lot to have the things in an organized way, giving us the chance to go and interact with different people, different jobs. Sounds good. Now, next, we got another guest with Stephanie Camo. She's from la sección de capacitación y orientación laboral del Departamento de Movilidad Laboral. Un aplauso, por favor.
Ok, muy buenas tardes a todos. Muchas gracias por estar acá. De parte del Ministerio de Trabajo, pues les agradecemos su asistencia, ¿verdad? El hecho de que ustedes hayan tomado el tiempo para poder estar acá el día de hoy. Pues bueno, vamos a hablar un poco acerca de lo que es el programa de trabajo temporal, ¿verdad? Que es, pues, el Guatemala Seasonal Labor Program que tenemos nosotros acá en Guatemala como parte del Ministerio de Trabajo. Entonces vamos a iniciar hablando un poco acerca de toda la intermediación laboral que nosotros brindamos, que en este caso pues sería con la empresa directamente, porque ustedes en su momento pues podrían ser solicitados para ir a laborar al extranjero. Entonces vamos a iniciar. Este módulo de orientación introductoria pues se brinda a todas las personas, ¿verdad?, que están interesadas en una oportunidad laboral en el extranjero. El día de hoy vamos a buscar enfocarlo un poco más quizá a cruceros, pero esta es información general que se brinda a todos. Y si podemos pasar a la siguiente, por favor. Ok. Entonces, como les mencionaba, en este que es el programa de trabajo temporal, que como nosotros lo tenemos nombrado en inglés, pues está el Guatemala Seasonal Labor Program. And its purpose is to link Guatemalan workers with decent employment opportunities, okay, which are generated in a foreign labor market. This through regular, orderly, safe, and circular migration. La siguiente, por favor. Okay. It ensures respect for all the labor and human rights that the people or the participants, Guatemalans, can have, accompanying applicants through the process. It promotes alliances with various institutions to speed up the processing of the documents required for the creation of the file. Then we have constantly new job opportunities with many companies. All this is about the profiles around the world. Provides personal. Okay. Entonces tenemos acá que este brinda atención personalizada a todos los trabajadores garantizando una comunicación constante y fluida. Si podemos pasar a la siguiente. Acá pues tenemos algunos puntos claves de parte de movilidad laboral. Este programa pues es ejecutado por el Departamento de Movilidad Laboral. En algunas ocasiones quizás las personas no pueden diferenciar el hecho de que se comunica directamente al Ministerio de Trabajo, pero nosotros funcionamos como Departamento de Movilidad Laboral, como tal. Acá el servicio de intermediación laboral que se brinda es completamente gratuito. El Ministerio no trabaja en ningún momento con intermediarios ni tramitadores y a través de este programa, que es lo que buscamos, es identificar las habilidades que ustedes tengan y que los pagos que se realizan sean únicamente acorde a visas y pasaportes, que son documentos personales en cuanto a los gastos. También acá pues tenemos un poco, la siguiente por favor. Tenemos algunos países que han trabajado con nosotros, pues están principalmente ¿verdad? Estados Unidos, Canadá, Puerto Rico, Alemania y en este caso pues ahora tenemos oportunidades para Italia específicamente. Acá pues tenemos un poco acerca de cómo es el proceso de reclutamiento con nosotros y siempre trabajamos en base a las solicitudes de trabajadores que recibimos de parte de empleadores en el extranjero. En base a estas solicitudes pues, se realiza la búsqueda de los candidatos que van a cumplir con el perfil que se solicita, luego pues ya se les cita a una entrevista. En esta entrevista puede ser de precalificación o bien una entrevista de calificación como tal, ¿verdad? Si las personas ya son seleccionadas y pues ya se procede a la parte de completar la papelera. Acá sí es obligatorio que ustedes de alguna manera pues puedan demostrar que su experiencia laboral sea real, sea verdadera. Esto a través de cartas de recomendación, puede ser también por medio de documentos que extiendan las diferentes entidades y en el caso de cruceros pues sí se pide específicamente que ustedes tengan algún tipo de certificación para poder ejecutar el tipo de trabajo que se solicite. La siguiente. Acá tenemos un pequeño proceso de lo que es el programa de trabajo temporal. El primer paso pues, es que ustedes puedan registrar sus datos en la plataforma de empleo. El segundo es la capacitación introductoria, que ya se necesita, que es la que estamos recibiendo el día de hoy. El paso 3 es verificar si hay una oportunidad laboral en la cual ustedes pueden aplicar. El paso 4 la entrevista. El paso número 5 es el apoyo en el trámite de pasaportes. Si ustedes pues tramitan su pasaporte por su propia cuenta, es un paso que se ahorra. Sin embargo, si en algún momento ustedes son seleccionados, necesitamos a una entrevista y no cuentan con pasaporte todavía, pues ustedes pueden obtener apoyo de parte de nosotros para poder gestionar una cita un poco más rápido, ¿verdad? Entonces, toda esta parte pues, realmente no es algo que sea un impedimento, ¿verdad? Al final de cuentas. En el paso número 6 tenemos la capacitación especializada. Acá pues ya se ve una información específica acerca del puesto de trabajo que ustedes van a ir a desempeñar. En el paso 7 está el apoyo de trámite de visas. Paso número 8 está el viaje como tal, ¿verdad? Una vez que las visas de trabajo son aprobadas por parte de la embajada del país que corresponda, pues ya se procede a estipular una fecha de viaje específicamente. Y el paso número 9 es el monitoreo. Durante todo el tiempo que ustedes se encuentren fuera de Guatemala laborando, pues nosotros vamos a estar al pendiente de que realmente se estén cumpliendo sus derechos, que también pues se esté cumpliendo lo que se indicó inicialmente en el contrato de trabajo y por último es el retorno a Guatemala. La siguiente. Ok. Entonces, como pudieron ver en la flechita, ¿verdad? El apoyo en el trámite de los pasaportes, como les menciono, realmente el proceso inicia acá, en el paso número 5, ¿verdad? Cuando las personas ya han sido seleccionadas. Ahora sí. Hablar un poco ya acerca de los documentos que son necesarios para que una persona pueda ir a laborar al extranjero, pues tenemos lo que es una visa. En la siguiente está, por favor. Entonces, la visa pues, es un documento que permite el tránsito o el ingreso de una persona extranjera a un país, ¿verdad? En este caso, pues, la visa que ustedes estarían obteniendo sería una visa de trabajo o la que se otorga por medio de este programa, pues es una visa de trabajo específicamente. Esta visa, pues, como les mencionaba, ¿verdad? Brinda la autorización de ingreso, permanencia y tránsito en un país, en este caso, el permiso para poder ir a laborar. En el caso de quien brinda la visa, pues son las diferentes embajadas de los países que estén interesados o con los que ustedes vayan a ir a laborar. Y la siguiente. Entonces, acá pues tenemos un poco de información para Canadá. Realmente esto es como algo básico, ¿verdad? Pero para Canadá se necesitan diferentes documentos. El primero de ellos es un permiso de trabajo, el cual tiene que venir identificado con el nombre de la persona que está siendo contratada. También tiene que estar el nombre de la empresa y el tiempo por el cual la persona pues, va a viajar a laborar al extranjero. En el caso de Canadá, lo que se otorga es una visa W1, que es específicamente para trabajo. En el caso de Estados Unidos, que es la siguiente, pues acá existen dos tipos de visa. Está la visa H2A. La siguiente, por favor. La visa H2A, que es específicamente para trabajos agrícolas. En este caso, pues solamente se contratan personas que van dirigidas para agricultura o ganadería. En el caso de la visa H2A, pues la vivienda sí es obligatoria. Y también existe la visa H2B. La visa H2B va dirigida al trabajo no agrícola, y eso específicamente para todas las demás personas, para jardinería, limpieza, hotelería, por ejemplo, construcción, también carpintería y demás. En el caso de la visa H2B, pues cada trabajador debe cubrir sus propios gastos, tanto de vivienda, de alimentación y de transporte. Acá pues tenemos que la visa de turista, esta es específicamente para pasear, ¿verdad? Como nosotros lo conocemos acá, más no para trabajar. Y ambas visas son temporales. La siguiente. En cuanto a los derechos y las obligaciones que una persona tiene en el extranjero, pues acabamos de mencionar las más básicas. Y está que tiene que ganar el salario mínimo legal, esto según la legislación de cada estado o de cada país. También la atención médica y el equipo de protección necesario, la vivienda y el transporte diario, eso específicamente para las visas W1, que son de Canadá, y la visa H2A, que es para trabajos agrícolas. Y también no sufrir discriminación ni acoso de ningún tipo. Acá pues tenemos abajo ahora que los trabajadores temporales tienen los mismos derechos que una persona o un trabajador nativo. En la siguiente tenemos las obligaciones de los trabajadores. Y pues acá está algo importante, ¿verdad? Que es pagar impuestos, los impuestos que correspondan, ya sea dependiendo que estén en Estados Unidos o Canadá. Probablemente siempre hay que ejecutar este tema del pago de los impuestos, ¿verdad? Tienen que cumplir con la ley del país y el estado donde se encuentren laborando. También trabajar únicamente para la empresa que los contrata. En este caso, pues no pueden tener un segundo trabajo porque la visa está estipulada o está específicamente dirigida para un tipo de trabajo, ¿verdad? Entonces, las personas que por alguna razón tienen un segundo trabajo y tienen ya una visa, pues pueden incurrir en faltas y también, pues esto puede llevar a que las personas sean deportadas. Entonces, esa es una parte que tiene que tener mucho cuidado. Acá tienen que volver a su país a terminar la vigencia de la visa, ¿verdad? O el contrato laboral cuando finalice. También tienen que cumplir con el tiempo estipulado en su visa de trabajo. Si por alguna razón alguna persona termina su contrato o su tiempo de trabajo un poco antes, esto puede perjudicarlos en que un empleador pueda solicitarlo nuevamente. Así que sí o sí, pues lo mejor es poder cumplir con el 100% del contrato de trabajo. En la siguiente. Entonces ahora que ya hablando un poco acerca de los requisitos para que una persona pueda formar parte del programa, pues tenemos acá los más básicos, ¿verdad? Tienen que ser guatemaltecos, mayores de edad, tienen que estar registrados en la plataforma de tu empleo, que imagino que la mayoría ya está, ¿verdad? Registrados en esa plataforma, tener experiencia laboral comprobable y, la más importante, no poseer historial migratorio. Eso quiere decir que no haya viajado de manera ilegal en ningún país, porque de ser así, pues lamentablemente ya no puede formar parte de ningún proceso dentro del programa. Entonces, pues esa es la información que nosotros tenemos para ustedes, ¿verdad? En cuanto pues ya se nos solicita la intervención o la intermediación laboral de parte de los tipos de trabajo que estamos viendo el día de hoy, pues los vamos a contactar brindándoles un poco más de información. Pero por el momento pues les dejamos acá en pantalla el número de teléfono al cual pueden comunicarse. Por si tienen alguna duda, alguna pregunta, alguna consulta, pues estamos ahí para servirles. Entonces les agradezco a todos y muchas gracias.
Gracias, Stephanie. And okay, so moving on, we got some more information here. Well, before that, some more special guests. We got Belvet Mazariego de la Universidad Mariano Valdes. Hola, Belvet, gracias. Bien, señor. In 2022, unemployment rate in Guatemala, it actually increased. The average monthly income for a family in 2022 in Guatemala didn't exceed o didn't go over 3,000 quetzales. No más de 3,000 quetzales para una familia. Es bastante poco para mantener a nuestras familias sobre el día, ¿no? we all agree that a quality job can help us to plan ahead, to have an idea of what we want, where we want to go with our family, with ourselves. Not just surviving. Surviving is not an option. We can plan ahead. We can have a good living. Now, also, we got some more important guests here. I'm gonna give an introduction to one of them. Remember, this is a Disney day, so I'm gonna introduce to, wanna welcome to Nathaniel Palma, who represents Disney Cruise Line. He's gonna give us some value information here. Thank you, Nathaniel.
Thank you so much. How's everybody doing today? Good? Well, we're so happy that you're here. Thank you so very much for taking the time to come to our presentation today. We understand how difficult it is to work very hard, get the time, go through the traffic, beat the rain to be here, and you made it, so we really do appreciate it. Like you mentioned, my name is Nathaniel, and I'm one of the recruiters for Disney Cruise Line. And I was, along with my team, we're so excited and so grateful to be here in your beautiful country of Guatemala that everybody has been hosting in such a beautiful way, and we're so excited to be here. Before I start with the presentation, I do want to introduce two members of the team who are here with me, or two very ladies I look up to a lot. First, please help me welcome the Senior Manager for Recruitment, Christina Drowdy. And the Director for Disney Cruise Line, Marilyn Windsor. We're all very excited to be here. And so, obviously, all of you are here because there's a little spark inside of you, right? A little interest of what is it to work on board a Disney ship, right? Or a ship, and then what is it to be on board a Disney Cruise Line ship? And we just got some great information from ISMCA about kind of the process, right? And we heard from the Ministry of Labor, all the amazing work that they're doing to provide, different courses and things to prepare everybody to do things properly. And here today, I'm going to tell you about what it is to embark on a magical adventure with Disney Cruise Line. To tell you a little bit about myself, my name is, like I said, Nathaniel, and I've been with Disney for 12 years. I was born in the States, but actually I grew up in Mexico City. So I was in your shoes one day in Mexico City, just looking at a Disney presentation with a big dream of one day working for the one and only Mickey Mouse. And just how special that is, and that was. And now I've been with Disney for 12 years, where I started first in entertainment department over at the Walt Disney World Resort, where I worked for a couple of years. Then I had the honor of representing the company for 2 years as their Disney ambassador. And at the moment, I wanted to, immerse myself more in the company and I became a leader. Where first I was in charge of the guest relations department over at the Magic Kingdom, the part of the Cinderella Castle that many of you probably have seen. And then after that, I went to Disney's Hollywood Studios to open a little land you may have heard called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, where guests were able to go in a galaxy far, far away, and it was a leader there for the attractions. And then a year ago, I had the amazing honor with the opening of one of our newest ships, the Disney Wish, to join this amazing team. And I'm very grateful to be here in front of you. But before we begin, I will raise up hands. Has anybody here worked for the Walt Disney World Resort before? Has worked for Disney? Oh, quite a few of you. Welcome back. Let's acknowledge them, please. So you know how special it is to make magic for people, right? And create happiness for our guests, all right? And raise up hands who have visited the Walt Disney World Resort or have been to a Disney cruise or Disneyland. A couple of you, many of you, wonderful. Now, who likes Disney? Everybody. Okay, perfect, awesome. Well, we're so grateful that you're here, no matter what. Perfect. So when you think about embarking on a journey with Disney Cruise Line, you're not just joining Disney Cruise Line, but you're joining the Walt Disney Company. And I don't know if you've heard, but the Walt Disney Company is about to celebrate this year's 100 years of creating magic for our guests from around the world. That's a lot of years, a century literally. Not many years nowadays can say that they've been in business successfully for as long as Disney has. So Disney Cruises is a part of this in a segment called the Disney Parks Experience and Products, which is literally the best part of the company, where you get to immerse our guests into the Disney stories that they've grown to love for generations, with those great characters, great guest services, the attractions, the cruise, the expedition. And as you can see here, their Disney Cruise Line is with all the parks around the world. So if you join Disney Cruise Line, not only you're joining this amazing fleet, but you're also joining this great family that across the world bring happiness and magic for our guests, which is something really cool. And they have a perk, which we'll talk more about in a moment. So to give you an idea of how wide you've never been to Disney, this segment is I wanted to give you a little representation of the family that you will be joining if you come to Disney Cruise Line.
All around the world, every single day, we set out to make magic on land and at sea, in destinations around the globe, all with one goal in mind, to welcome our guests. Since we began this amazing journey, over 2.5 billion people have traveled along with us. And yet, after all these unforgettable moments, we're just getting started.
Anyone has chills just like I do? So that's the family you'll be joining. Pretty spectacular, right? We're really around the world. Like I always like to say, the sun never sets in a Disney park. No matter what time of the day it is, there is a cast member or a crew member somewhere in the world making magic for their guests and making this world, I think, a better place. Now, in particular, Disney Cruise Line is a part of a smaller family called the Disney Signature Experiences, which is this beautiful family that takes anything, all the magic that is not within a park. That's where Signature Experience and parks are. So things like I mentioned by Disney, where the expeditions where our guests get to literally travel to other countries where we may not have a park, and we have Disney cast members that take them around the world. And Disney Cruise Line goes up, many of them, and what is wonderful about it is that the Disney brand is so recognizable around the world for many things, but one of them is also the safety of our guests. Their guests trust the brand, right? They may not feel comfortable going on a cruise with someone else because they don't know they're going to take care of them, but they come to see us because they know that not only we will be kind to them, we will bring us happy memories, but we will take care of them, which is something that we take very much at heart. And also very exciting is that I just mentioned that Disney is about to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Disney Cruise Line, in just a couple of weeks, will be celebrating their 25th anniversary celebration. And it's a silver years, and we're very proud of that because 25 years is a very long time. So just say these numbers to kind of set the stage of the time because those are pretty fantastic numbers. So when you think of Disney, right, I think you think of many things, but one of the things that our guest tells us the most is first of all the quality, right? And I start mentioning this because this is starting a checklist, right, of kind of what the expectation is for our crew members on board our Disney ships. That amazingly quality service that Disney is known for in everything that we do. Not just the one making the movies, not the one creating our parks, not the one building, the ships, not Mickey Mouse. Every single crew member has to have the highest level of quality for our guests in connecting with the service, right? We are looking for individuals that have a passion for guest service. Whether you are a galley steward in the galley, cleaning those dishes, whether you're in guest services, serving our guests, cleaning our ships to make them look beautiful, the guest experience will always come first in everything that we do and everything we do is for them. Safety, I just mentioned it, is one of our key values. It's something that we talk about, called the 5 keys, and it's our number one priority. Before anything that we do, we want to make sure that we have the safety of our guests on board. And what is important on our ships is that not only as crew members you have the safety of yourself, but you'll be also responsible for the safety of our guests, God forbid something were to happen while we're at sea. And then Disney characters, right? Who does not smile when they see that little guy right there with his sweetheart, Mickey and Minnie, right? I think like no matter where you're in the world, if you put 3 circles together, who do you get? Mickey Mouse, right? And then you smile, I say Mickey, right? So our characters are also a very integral part of our ships. Mickey and their friends will be traveling with you on the ship. They're on vacation, but they'll be there meeting our guests. Our Disney princesses will be there, Marvel characters, Star Wars characters, classic characters, all sorts of characters that our guests are going to love will be there as well. And so what we're looking for is not necessarily to be, like Mickey, but also be familiar and passionate about the stories to understand how important stories are for our guests. And próximo, por favor. So a little bit about the guests that you will see whenever we are on board Disney ships. From a demographic standpoint, we're a little different from other cruise companies, and this is important for you to know, to kind of know who your clientele will be, right? So they're twice as likely to be families with young children, so you need to love children. A third of our guests are children, so if you don't like children, this just might not be the best experience. Doesn't mean that you're not wonderful, it just might not be the best experience because you'll be interacting with our kids at all times. And our kids are equally as important as our adults. We have many larger groups. People do bond over Disney, and we have girl trips for Disney, we have guy trips at Disney, families, extended families, where they invite their uncles, third uncles, second uncles, third removed. Everybody just comes and gathers together at Disney. Right after many of you think, you bring, I know with me, there were 15 of us that went to Disney together. Right? We traveled with, even in Mexico, right? But everybody comes with us. 82% are from the US, right? Now, we're seeing this a little bit different, right? As our business is growing and we're going to different destinations. But mainly we have Americans on our ships, which is why English is very important as the main speaking language. But we do have over almost 20% right around the world, so you'll be meeting people from around the world. For my guest behaviors, a third of them learn the word of mouth. Right? We take very good pride in Disney for giving the best because we knew that those a good trip at Disney World on a Disney cruise line, our guests are going to go back and tell their families and everyone, right? And they'll be more comfortable booking the trip with us. It's very important for us, the word of mouth. Half of them have never been on a cruise before and most wouldn't, right? I talked to you about the trust that our guests have on the Disney brand. So being a ship can be pretty scary, right? I'm sure many even some of you are afraid of the experience if you've never left the country, you've never been on a vessel before, you can be on the ship sometimes for 7 days. 5 of them could be in the middle of the ocean, but they know that because they have the Disney brand attached to it, we will do everything to ensure that there's the safest trip for them and they trust us for that. And a third of them have visited a Disney theme parks before during their trip. So again, high affinity for the Disney brand. Our guests that come to us love the brand. And as you will learn as you go through this process, the brand is the people, our crew and cast. So all of you will be part of that, and it is very important that it is understanding that no matter what you do, you're part of that brand and represent our company and everything that we do. All right, let's keep it forward. So now let's do a presentation of what it is that you've never been on a ship that you can expect on board our beautiful ships. Anyone want to Disney cruise after that? I know that I do. I'm like, right now, let's go to Puerto, what is it called? Puerto Barrios or whatever, let's see if we can get a ship. All right, so now that you see a little bit of what experience is and where Disney ships and how magical it is, let me introduce you to our beautiful fleet. So now we have 5 beautiful ships that are navigating the 7 seas. And at this moment, we're still relatively small for one of the most magical and best for small fleets out there. And we have our beautiful ships, the Disney Magic, the Disney Wonder, the Disney Dream, the Disney Fantasy, and then newest one, the Disney Wish. And all these ships are incredibly beautiful. They have this beautiful style from the outside, this elegance on the inside, and a lot of character, magic, and pixie dust all around. Our ships do navigate, like I said, a bit of all around the world, and depending on what time of the year we are, they can be different places. Currently, we have ships a little bit of everywhere. So we have our Disney Wonder over in Alaska, which is absolutely beautiful. We have the Disney Dream over in Europe, and we're very excited because it's the first year that our one of our biggest ships have been there. Soon in the fall, our Disney Wonder will be sailing for the first time out of the land down under in Australia and New Zealand. So we're expanding and we're growing and going to new destinations, which is very exciting, during this 25th anniversary. Most of our ships are in the Caribbean, right? It's a very easy place to go from Oregon. They come to Walt Disney World, and then they go out to Port Canaveral into the Caribbean islands or the Mexican Riviera. And then we do have to use some specialty cruises. So we may have cruises out of New Orleans, out of New York City, different ports, out of Puerto Rico, as well as sailings on the ships that are themed to different characters because, Disney has a huge repertoire of stories, right? Not just our Disney classics. But as you saw, we have Marvel. So we have Marvel is at sea, where literally the whole ship gets transformed into superhero headquarters, and our villain, our heroes and villains sometimes come on the ships as well and sail with you, right? We have Pixar days at sea, where the whole ship is transformed into, a toy ship, and you get to play with Woody and Jessie and all of the wonderful characters from Pixar. And so we're really, as the year goes by, right, make it fresh and exciting for our guests. Because many guests who come for the first time, but we have also many loyal guests that have traveled with us multiple cases, up to their sometimes 25 trips. If you think about it, they've done at least one trip per year because they've been 5 years. The next one, that's the report. So what's so unique about Disney Cruise Line? So many things, right? Most particularly just how magical and beautiful it is and the incredible crew members that we have. But we take everything to detail to the next level. So if you can look at the ship, right, they have colors which are like a navy blue blanket, the red funnels, and then those yellow lifeboats, and then whites. What colors do that represent? Who does that remind you to? Mickey Mouse, exactly, very good, right? But if you think about it, if you think of many ships, the ships have orange on the side for the lifeboats, right? That is the regulation for the maritime. Well, for Disney, that wasn't enough because orange is not Mickey Mouse. So we asked special permission, right, because we want to do everything the right way, to see if we can have this yellow in the lifeboats so it could be that beautiful starry color, right? So if you think everything is so purposeful, everything we go to the next level to make sure that everything is very Disney. Our crew members, which are the heart and soul of Disney Cruise Line, represent over 60 different nationalities, which means that really it's a small world out there, after all. And so you will be joining that. And literally in one ship, we have all 60 nationalities represented. And so it's a great way for you to get to know fellow crew members from everywhere and learn new cultures, new ways of thinking, right? And just work with different people. That is just part of the incredible experience coming to work for Disney Cruise Line. The bows of the ship all have very unique characters. So the bows at the front, as you see here, we have Steamboat Willie, which is the very first cartoon where Mickey Mouse premiered in 1928. We have Mickey in some of them, and then Captain Minnie on our newest one because she's the newest captain of the fleet. And then the back also, there's a special unique characters, which is very, very special. Disney also owns our own private island. It's called Disney Castaway Cay. And what is great is an island in the Bahamas that we own, and what is wonderful since we own it, we operate it for our crew members, and you get to join the cruise. Some of you might get to work on the island when we're there. And our characters, they love going on vacation. Those became friends, they like going on vacation, so you can see, they'll put a bathing suit and go with our guests into the beach, which is very unique. Captain Hook might be walking through the kids' beach looking for those treasures. Jack Sparrow is normally by the adult beach area, looking for some rum, so that's a very popular area of the beach. But again, everything is very purposeful and everything and lots of fun for all of our guests. Next, that's the end of the book. And this is just the beginning. So we are expanding. We just announced a couple of years back that just next year, our fleet will once again grow to now a 6th ship, the Disney Treasure, which is this beauty right here. That's the end of the power. And the Disney Treasure, I said, will be the 6th fleet, but then also after that, shortly the following year in 2025, we're adding 2 new ships. So 3 ships in the course of 2 years. So we're almost doubling our crew base, which is so important right now that we're looking for the right people, because we're going to need a lot of incredible crew members to bring the ships live, because it takes a lot, it takes a village to bring the ships. And then we also will have a brand new island destination, Lighthouse Points in the Bahamas. And what I love about Lighthouse Points is Disney's big into diversity, inclusion, and some of the story and the cultures of different parts of the world. And so although Disney's Castaway Cay has a very Disney feel and story, Lighthouse Points actually tells the story of the Bahamas. And so we partner very closely with the Bahamas government and authorities and tourism boards to make sure that this island properly represents the culture of the Bahamas. And as you can see from the review, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And that is opening in just a couple months this year, which is exciting. And then on the additional expansion, when our 7 ships will start, will premiere in 2025. We're also going to be sailing out of Asia. So the ship is going to be permanently located in Singapore. So that means that also all our itineraries will be expanding. So again, a very exciting time for Disney Cruise Line and for all crew members and our guests. Next, please. So now, anyone excited to join? Raise your hands, give me a whoop, give me a boy, whatever. All right, so we're so excited. So now you might be wondering, how am I a part of this amazing family, right? Why do I have to do? I know that Marcos told you how the process is. And I'm here to tell you about what does it take to be an amazing Disney crew member, right? So As you can see, you have lots of fun, and able to jump in the air, just kidding, you don't have to do that. But if you can, you are more than welcome. But what I wanted to read this beautiful paragraph, which is kind of like that captures the essence of what a Disney crew member is. And it says, at Disney Cruise Line, our crew members and officers come from around the world to form a supportive and inclusive community. And that is very important. Inclusion, community, diverse. Inclusion is at the core of everything we do at Disney. We want to make sure that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, what you believe, male, female, what you identify with, it doesn't matter your nationality, your background, you have a spot for Disney Cruise Line if you're willing to work hard, to provide wonderful guest service, and have a lot of fun, right? Have the right experience. It doesn't matter what role you want to be in the end, all roles, all nationalities are welcome. And so we have many crew members and they have started at an entry-level position, and over the course of 25 years are now steering committee officers on our ships because volunteers are what is inside of each and every single one of our crew members. And that's something that we're very passionate about. With safety top of mind, our teams create magical experiences for guests that turn into lifelong memories. We're looking for the ones that have that spark for the passion for guest services. When you do your role at Disney Cruise Line, you're going to be that crew member making such meaningful connections that our guests will remember you forever. And if you've been to our parks, you probably remember at least one cast member, right, that made your trip so special that you still talk about that person. You may have a photo with them, you may have your photo album, your mental, right? I have many incredible photos with wonderful casting crew members that have made my trips just so special. You are a part of those adventures, those family adventures, and create lasting memories. That's the type of person we're looking for. Every day we take part in bringing the magical Disney to life with perfect magical Disney, right? You also have to have that sparkle, wanting to, bring these stories to life. You don't have to know all the characters. We don't have a character test, but understanding why they're so important, because our guests, as I'm sure every single one of you, at least have a deep connection to at least one character. If I go around, you have that character that you love, you want to meet them, you want to hug them, you want to be like them, right? That's pretty powerful, and you're a part of that. And with personal professional growth at the helm, you can embark on a meaningful career with Disney Cruise Line. This could be like a cute, let me try one contract, see what happens. But if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to, have a career seat, you can have professional growth. We love to promote from within, and we love to invest on our people. And so there's classes, there's leadership, investment, you'll have conversations, and we'll get you to whatever you want to have that experience. Next, please. So we do have shipboard operations, which we're here to recruit from. And so to give you an idea, shipboard, we have contracts that last anywhere between 3 to 8 months. And that depends on the type of position you're applying for. So some of them will be 4 months, some of them will be 8 months, and Marcus will give you that more information whenever you apply for ISMCA. Depending on what experience you have, what position you're eligible, they'll tell you the type of contract. As I mentioned in the video, it is a 7-day-a-week operation. Our guests are always in the ships, right? So we do work 7 days a week with no days off. So something to have in mind, if you're that person that needs that one full day off, right? Because you need to mentally prepare yourself, you need to go to the beach or do whatever you need to do, this just might not be the best experience, right? But if you don't mind working 7 days a week and average of 10 to 12 hours a day, this is absolutely perfect. It's a lot of hours, but we have a lot of fun, but it is a lot of hours, right? But like as you said, right, you don't have to cook, commute to work, do grocery shopping, right? Do you need to make up for that time? All levels are right, so it depends on what your experience is on the water. Food is so delicious for our ships. You can really eat 24 hours a day. Hotel stores, housekeeping, laundry, custodial, retail, photo, guest services, everything you see in a hotel, these are up to the core, right, what we do for Disney Cruise Line. We even have a super special, super cool, position called the Retail Vivid Valley Boutique, which is a very incredible crew member. It's called a Vega with our apprentice that turns our kids, either, boys or girls, into prince or princesses. How magical that is. You have to pick their dress, their shoes, their tiara, their robes, right, and then do their hair, makeup, and then make this big transformation that the young mother have to take for Cinderella. But then we also have a lot of Disney roles, right? We also are an entertainment company. So we're looking for, youth for entertainment technicians. We're looking for, performers, right, like to perform, musicians, right? As well as bringing technical human resources and finances because we still have a business to take care of. So we have all those disciplines on board as well. So again, no matter what your experience is, I'm sure that there's some sort of overall on board that will fit you. But having that celebration to the core. Next, please. So qualifications. So what does it take to work for Disney Cruise Line? We do have some qualifications from a safety standpoint. The first one is that everybody does have to be 21 years or older, right? There's a certain level of maturity, right, and experience that we need somebody to have because we understand that this is a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work, right? You're leaving your beautiful country behind, your family, your friends, your circle. You're leaving your routine, being able to just go down and take like a coffee every weekend if you wanted to, right? You're in a ship with a multicultural level, working a lot of hours. So 21 years is the minimum to join. Depending on the position, so positions might ask 6 months to 1 year experience. And again, Marcos and Carolina will be able to help you kind of identify which role that is. And it is important that even if you don't have the experience, right? They'll tell you, well, for the position you have, you need one year. If you only have 6 months, no problem. Get all the experience in 6 months and come back and see us. We will be recruiting from many more magical years. Right? We'll be here for 25 years. We'll be here for 25 more years. Crew members need to appreciate diversity among guests and crew members because you will be working for the most diverse group of people you will ever work in your life. Imagine 60 countries, 60 nationalities, and you will have all of that, right? And all of them have a different background. They all have a passion for service, a different background. You need to be respectful and understanding of everyone because the ship is very strict into this. There's no tolerance or any sort of discrimination or treating anybody differently. So you need to love learning about new people, love learning about new cultures, be able to work together, focus more on the similarities and differences, and the same for our guests, because your guests will be, again, diversity, not only just of background, but of age and experiences and things like that. Embrace safety, as we mentioned, safety is very important. You will be responsible for yourself and a group of guests aboard, right? If something were to happen. So there's all sorts of safety classes you'll go through that Disney will push you through as well as ongoing drive to make sure that those skills are tip-top shape if something were to happen. Be guest focused, non-negotiable. Everything we do is for our guests. So if you don't like talking to people, this might just not be the right position or the right experience for you, right? It doesn't matter where you are. Everything we do, from the front level all the way to the captain, is for the guest experience. We love our guests. We wouldn't be where we are for the guests, and our guests love us. It's a mutual love. So that's a great marriage, I always like to say. So you need to we want to connect with people. You should be the person that if you're cleaning the banister, you're saying good morning, hello, how are you, how's your day? Oh, looks so good. While you're cleaning, you're doing all this, right? You need to be the one to talk to the guests. If you're someone who's just more quiet, miserable inside, and wait for the guests to come talk to you, maybe not the best, right? Because you need to be outgoing, you need to be guest focused at all times, no matter what you do. And we do have something called the Disney Look Guidelines. The Disney Look Guidelines are the grooming standards that Disney has set up to make sure that all of our crew members are the best for our guests. Marcos is going to be walking more through that. There may be about tattoos and piercings, which are allowed within some guidelines. They can walk you through more with us. And with that, all we ask is you comply, right? Sometimes you can showcase private tattoos or not. Some places we might ask you to cover through other makeup or costume fee, and they'll tell you that if you're comfortable with that. Perfect, right? We'll welcome you aboard. And then for employment, there will be some documents, I think Marcos talked about earlier, that once you pass the interview, you'll need to provide. Some of them are refunded by Disney, some of them are on you. So of course, you'll need your passport, and that is to the expense of the candidate. So you will need to get your valid passport. C1D visa. So the C1D visa is the visa that allows our seafarers to join a vessel on a U.S. ship. And because 9 times out of 10, we will be either in or out of a U.S. port, everybody has that. This will be at the candidate's expense, and then we will reimburse you when you get on the ship. They will give you all the information so you can go to the embassy and get that. Pre-employment medical. So again, this is safety is number one, concern for not just our guests but our crew members. So we want to make sure this is also a safe experience for you. So we'll send you a medical report that you will need to go to your local doctor and have a conversation to see if this is the best opportunity for you. Know that you will be away from your home for 6 to 8 months. So you can be in the middle of the ocean for 5 days or 6 days straight, right? What type of medication you'll need to bring, right? And again, if this is the right fit or not, because if you might need an immediate hospital, we do have a nurse on board who's fantastic, but we might not have a hospital right away, right? Again, that is a conversation you would have on a private way with your doctor. And we will reimburse for that medical when you get on board, and then criminal background check. And then Caroline and Marcos will help you with all of these documents if you get on board, because leadership does a lot. But it's kind of what it takes. That's why it takes 6 months. When Marcos says it takes 6 months, it takes a little bit because some appointments can take a little bit more time. But once you're on board, you'll get what I like to say, the total rewards, right? Your living situation will be covered for you. So if there's no living cost, you'll pay rent, utilities, food. We prepare all the foods for you. There's an amazing crew cafeteria, and the same chef that make the food for our guests make the food for our crew. Sometimes actually it's even more fun because they can even bring their own flavors and flavors. And one year might have an Indonesian dish, then you have a Guatemalan dish, then you have a Mexican dish. It's always very diverse, which I love. But it's important to know that the living situations are shared. So you need to be able to be comfortable living with someone, again, from a completely different part of the world. Somebody from Indonesia, somebody from the Philippines, somebody from Peru, from Croatia. And the rooms are very small. Think about putting two twin-size beds together, and then it's just one room. You have everything you need. You have a bathroom, you have a little desk, you have a closet. Then the living accommodations are very small, so you need to be comfortable living in confined spaces with no windows to the exterior. So if you're like Cinderella, like to every morning open your window and sing to the birds, you might be able to do that on the ship. All right, so you can do that. Competitive pay and benefits. According to those in the apply, Caroline and Marcos will tell you what the pay is. You will see that it's pretty competitive, especially in the industry on the cruise. Disney is leading the way for that. And for benefits, you do get medical benefits when you're on board. So God forbid something happens, you get sick or injury, Disney will cover for that. All you need to think of is the medical benefits will not transfer when you come back home. So I'm not quite sure what the medical benefits situation is in Guatemala, but just something to think of that you will be required to have your own benefits when you're here. And then also Disney benefits. Like I said, you're part of the Disney family. So you'll get something very cool, which is called a maintenance pass, which means that when you're on contract or off contract, as well as your year contract, you can go on vacation to Disney World and you get free admission to our parks or to Disney or I see a lot of smiles. Now you're very interested. Like, oh, sign me up, right? I get to get Mickey Mouse help or even on our ships. So if you want to doing family on board, right, when you're on contract, they have wonderful discounts. So you can share the amazing that you do with your families. So a lot of great perks that you get from Disney. Crew activities and travel. So we know that there's a lot of work, and so we want to make sure it's a fun experience for you. We have where you want to usually have a manager whose sole job is to make work fun for you, or a fun experience for you. So the crew activity manager, and so his or her job is just to make fun events. This one's a little bit different just because they have to be late at night when the guests are not on the ship, but normally that's also when the crew members are off. And then from a travel expense, Disney will pay for all your travel. So we will send you to whatever the ship is for most positions, and then fly you back at the end of the contract. There's so many sections, and Bernie and Marcos will tell you specifically which ones those are. So we're very excited. No big investment on your end. Learning and development opportunities, right? You will always be learning, whether it's about your craft, business, right? About the job, about the industry. We are expanding. We are going to be needing a lot of incredible crew members, officers, leaders down the line. And we know that today, the president, we have mixed leaders of the future. So we love to invest in our crew to be able to have those career growth, which again, if you want to have a career growth with Disney, is absolutely possible. Next one, please. And now I just want to leave you with a thought of some of our crew members on what it is to work for Disney Cruise Line, which I think they can tell you better.
Working for Disney Cruise Line is all about fun and magic.
I was looking for the show. I felt like the show found me.
I think working for Disney Cruise Line is so unique because of all of the different technology and resources that they have for us to work with. Some of the different systems that we have in the theater, the different puppets, everything is just to a caliber that I've never worked with before, and I don't know if I'll work with anywhere else.
Just the scale of it really surprised me. It's impressive. And then on top of that, the scale of the operation, of us actually running the ship, it just boggles my mind.
When I found out that I could make magic at sea, I thought that's the perfect job for me because I love to go on a busy cruise.
I describe working on a ship a fun, exciting place. You get to meet new people, go out on adventures together, get to see new places which you've never seen before.
And this is cruise line, we have a multitude of different cultures, and it's a pleasure to be able to work with them.
I get to meet people from different parts of the world. Yes, we have different backgrounds that we come from, but you're from a big family, that's called the Disney family.
From the way the company treats you, the guests, I'm a diehard Disney fan, so I'm enjoying every day working here. And it's one big family.
When you have a good game and you come have the experience and have fun and everything, that's the most important.
Culinary for me is the heart of the chef. We creating story in our food, so the guests will enjoy it, love it.
Whenever I'm serving someone, it's like part of my family. It's not just a guest, it's someone you can have a connection with.
Yeah, the most rewarding part of the day is actually seeing the guests and the smile that we put on their face.
It's definitely seeing the smile on the guest's face, just how once they come into our space, they're just blown away by the magic. It's just the spaces which are amazing. Even me as an adult, I walk into this space and I'm like, of course, this is magic, magic is alive, and I just want to stay here forever.
I would recommend for more beginners to come and work at SBA. It is by far one of the best lifeguard systems you guys could ever experience.
I choose to work with Disney Cruise Line because it's the best cruise company in 7 seas. No question about it.
I love hearing more crew members. They're my heroes. I look up to them so much because of what they do to make things look so effortless. It's absolutely amazing. And actually probably so many disciplines, many countries. None of Guatemala there. So maybe we should start getting somebody from Guatemala, right? Right, so this is, why we're here. But again, hopefully through the presentation, you were able to get a gist, right? I mean, I have to talk for minutes and hours about unprivileged experiences and what you're going to get out of it, right? But hopefully you're able to get a gist of what it is, who we are as Disney Cruise Line, right? What we're about, what a candidate, what the right candidate is, right? To bring our ship to life. And hopefully get you a little bit of sparkle and excitement to join on this experience. So again, ISMCA is our agent here in Peru. So here's their information one more time to listen to their website, or if you're like, I need to apply right now, Nathaniel, their email is right there. You can do it right now. So make your resume or whatever the need, right? If you're excited, they don't have a early remarks and have a conversation with you to at least get you started, right? And it could be, even if you know it right now, let's have a conversation of like, look at your resume, your CV, right? What have you experienced for? What can you be qualified for now? And if not, depending what your goals are, they can what you need to do when you work through all these different government programs that you have to get you there, right? So it's not that if you don't apply right now, then it's the end of the story. Some of you could be ready right now, some of you could be ready in 6 months to a year. That's perfectly fine. That's what we're here, Tony and Marcos are here to have those conversations with you. All right? And so with that, I'm sure you probably have a lot of questions. We would like to open the floor. If anybody has any questions, any thoughts? Although we're in the other job, there's no questions. Chrissy, no questions? Any questions? No questions? Yeah, this is what I thought. Oh, yes, there are questions. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you can say that. What is your name? Roland, nice to meet you. Say hi, Roland. Well, that's a fantastic question, Roland. I'm so happy that you asked. Yes, as part of the crew area. Oh, and because you asked a question, not to brag, but Christina's giving you a Disney Cruise and exclusive luggage tag. Ooh, now we bring a question from you. Thank you, Christina. Christina's our man and wife. Yes, well, so we do have a lot of crew areas. So depending on the level of our crew members, right, there's different areas of the ship that you can go, right? But obviously, the on-stage areas are for our guests. On-stage meaning wherever the guests are mostly for our guests. But backstage, behind the scenes where crew members are, we have obviously a crew cafeteria, we have a crew gym that you can use, right? We have a running track so that you each have some fresh air. We have a beautiful running track on the floor that goes around the ship that you can utilize. We have band like little rooms with instruments like drums and guitars and pianos. If you just close the door, if you like karaoke, the Filipinos are great at karaoke and they're like winning always in the match. So there's karaoke rooms. There's a lot of crew areas again. So we know that you don't only work there, but you live there, and we try to make it also as fun and as enjoyable for you to be there. So when you're on your break, when you're on your breaks, you can also take care of yourself as well. Yes, another question. What is your name? Paolo, nice to meet you. How long it is? Oh, okay. So from the process, thank you for your question. Christina's coming with a Disney Cruise Line pen, Mickey pen on the list. Oh, amazing. We love our Mickey Mouse. So the process can vary, right? I always have to say you need to be patient, and I appreciate your math for the patient. It's not like when you're on land when you go to get an interview, you're like, perfect, start in 2 weeks, right? Unfortunately, that is not going to happen on the cruise. Because first you'll need to have a conversation with Marcos and Christina to kind of see, what experience you have, what you're qualified for, right? And how the Disney experience. Yeah, you're gonna be busy. Oh, yeah, what? Oh, sorry. You're gonna be busy, her. And so, kind of like your profile, right? Your energy. So treat that conversation with them as your preliminary interview because they're also looking for that Disney spark, right? You have the Disney spark, like service, that for the brand. And then once they have all those documents there, then they present you to a Disney recruiter, and so you'll meet with one of us. Then we will do an interview that possibly takes about 3 weeks, I want to say, from 3 weeks from the time that they meet with you to us. And then after we do the interview, and then the documents can take a couple months. So I would say the average waiting is about 6 months. Because once the documents are ready, then we have to wait for our contract to become available in the period. So it would be 6 months. Yes, Christine.
Going through that process, and you're currently working, keep working through that process. So don't, if you get an offer, make sure that, give enough notice to where you're working. Because the process is very, you don't want to leave your job right away. You want to wait to get that final offer.
Great advice, Christina. We have two members that get so excited and they go like, oh, I'm gonna go and quit their job and they're waiting 6 months. So yes, don't quit your job. Great advice. Hello, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Vale.
Hi, Vale.
Hi, so I see that in the ships you have the characters being like the princesses or Mickey Mouse. What are the requirements for them?
Yeah, it's a question that we get all the time. Entertainment, of course, is something very unique that we have here on Disney Cruise. So for entertainment, you actually do have to go to an entertainment audition. So for those roles, you will not go to ISMCA. That is auditions that we have mostly in the United States. Sometimes there are some of them also around the world. So if you're looking for roles that are performing related, you have to go to DisneyAuditions.com. DisneyAuditions.com is like Disney Cruise Line, and then it will show you the entertainment. For many of them, you have to go in person. They're mostly in the US, and you have to go to them. Some of them, they might be able to, you might be able to submit if you have your organization, but that will be a very different process. All right, so those will not be, unfortunately, here in Guatemala. Yes.
Hi, my name is Maffer, so you talked about Disney perks, right? And my question is, I know when we are off hustle, just like off for working hours, do we also have perks about seeing those entertainment areas on the cruise? And about going to the parks, because it's how long do we have after the contract ends?
Well, great question. Thank you, Buffer. So when you're on the ship, So when you're on the ship, when you're not working, when you're on your breaks, unfortunately, we do leave the guest areas for our guests. So you cannot just go to the shows or go see the characters. However, the crew activities managers do a lot of partnership with our entertainment team to do shows that could be exclusive for crew members, right? So sometimes our crew members in entertainment do their 2 shows for the guests, and then late at night, at midnight or 1 a.m., just do a show for our crew members because we want you to also experience the magic of Disney, right? Or some characters sometimes might do some backstage meet and greets for the crew as well. But it's not the same as in the theme parks. I believe, I'm assuming you were at Disney World, where when you're off the clock, you can just go change and experience our parks. The cruise is a little bit different, right? It's a little bit more rigid. The space is much smaller, and our ships are normally always full. Our ships are very popular, and we do need to leave those areas for the guests. Now, regarding your perks to go to the parks, obviously when you're on contract, you will not be able to visit our theme parks. However, whenever you're off contract, you will. For most of the roles, whether you do 3 to 6 months contracts or in contracts, you do have 2 months off after that. And so the way that it works is that at the end of your contract, if you successfully complete your contract, you want to continue working for Disney Cruise Line, your leaders will already renew your contract, tell you already when you're traveling back, so you have a job guarantee, so you can really come back home, knowing that you have that continual employment, and then you have 2 months to come home, re-energize, rejuvenate, right, be with friends and family, take a vacation, and at that moment, yes, you can, if you have a valid visa, the C1D visa does not allow you, as explained in the presentation, to visit or stay in the United States. You will need a C1D tourist visa. You can absolutely then go into the parks and use your perks at that moment.
Hi, my name is Alberto. Nice to meet you. My question is related to the communications with our families. Let's see, for example, if you have a chance to be in contact with them, or it's like 3 months and 2 months up. And number 2 is, you mentioned about salary in dollars. Starting which months to be something that works,
Yes, of course, very great question. So yes, you will not be completely disconnected from your family. We understand that your family is such an important support family system, and as much as you have your Disney family, you also need your family and friends. And so we do have Wi-Fi on board. That is one of the only expenditures that you will have on board. Personal items like deodorant, your clothes, and things like that. And then Wi-Fi is one of the only expenses you'll have. We do have packages that are at a much reduced rate for the crew members, so that way you can, Zoom with them or call them or whatever you need to when you're off. WhatsApp, I believe, is actually complimentary on the ship for the crew members. So you can WhatsApp. You might not be able to do face calls, but you at least will be able to text free of charge, and then get on the internet to call them when you're off. And then also when you're on ports, if you happen to be out there at that time, you can actually go ashore in most of the ports. And then Starbucks is everybody's best friend. Everybody goes to Starbucks, free Wi-Fi, and you can connect to your family as well. So you will be able to, pretty much if you want to know the daily, connect to your family back. And the second question was for salaries. So for salaries, it depends on the position. So I don't want to get too detailed into salaries. But what I'll tell you is to the standards of Guatemala and the industry, salaries are all very competitive at all entry levels. And Marcos and Carolina can go into detail really depending on what position you are applying for. But I'll tell you that they are competitive.
Hi, this is Karen. Sorry. I would like to know what are the requirements to apply for the Beauty Family Pool Boutique?
I love that. For the BB Family Boutique is connected as a retail position. So you will do the transformations when you're at the retail department. So you need to have a minimum of 6 years retail experience. Working at a store, whether it's clothes stores or shoe stores, some sort of retail, and then fashion for kids, and lots of Disney stores. So we have time for one more. Well, I think 2 hands, so we'll do 2 more. The lady over there, and the gentleman over there. So yes, you can sit up. Oh, no, right here, Marcos. Well, I guess we'll go and then we'll go to the lady. So 3 more.
Thank you, and greetings everyone. My name is Alex. I was wondering about the schedule opportunities because I usually study college on Saturdays, and I wish to keep studying like in college, right? So I wish if there's this possibility to being working there on the crew and also studying the university?
So I was very transparent. I would completely discourage you from doing that. Unfortunately, the schedule, like I said, it's 7 days a week, right? So you will not have a day off, and it's 10 hours a day. So even though you might not be working for the entire day, there's pockets of time. We can never guarantee when you'll be working, and also with the connection and everything. Education is very important. Finish school, right? I'm sure you only have a couple of years left. Still kind of see like, hey, what would you like to do with your degree or with the education? Maybe what experience you need so you can start either working in those roles. So that when you're finished school, you already have the experience to then be able to apply. So I will suggest you that you prioritize school. That's what's the most important for you right now. And then apply whenever you're done with school. Okay. So yes, we're gonna go here and then the last one.
Hey,
I'm so sorry, so we're gonna go here.
Hi everyone, my name is Nelly. Two quick questions. Do we have to pay taxes for our salary? And second question, you mentioned that usually it's 10 hours per shift. How long do we have for lunch or for breaks within, right? If they are already scheduled also, I would like to know. Thank you.
Great question. So for taxes, if you'll be working in international waters, you do not have to pay U.S. taxes. So Disney will not take taxes out of your paycheck. However, it will not, it takes a conversation, and I'm not sure Marcos know, or if anybody knows, if there are taxes within Guatemala. Some countries you do have to report back taxes to your country, or some countries you don't, which is wonderful. I'm not quite sure what the Guatemala guidelines are, but there's no taxes taken from the Disney side. You do not have to do taxes in the US because you're working in international waters. And your second question was, oh, the breaks. So for the breaks, it depends on the line of business, right? So for instance, the dining room, you might work breakfast, right? So really early to about midday, have a good break, potentially like 5 hours of a break, and then work the dinner, right? For some roles, you might work 3 hours, have like a 1 hour break, then work 2 more, have a 2 hour lunch, and then go back for 4 hours. So it really depends. You will have breaks in between. You will never work more than 4 hours consecutively without a substantial break. And you do have in the middle a good break for lunch or dinner or breakfast, depending where you're working. Because some shifts will be working really early, some shifts will be working through shift. Remember, we're working 24/7 here, so it depends, but you will have substantial breaks to be able to take care of you. All right. And the last question.
Hi, my name is Dave Kelly. I have 2 questions. First one, can we apply to 2 categories? And just in case I was working outside and I have an emergency right here in my country, Guatemala. So what happens if we have an emergency at home?
So, I'm sorry, what was the first question? I'm so sorry. The first question was about what? Oh, the role, yes, okay. Yes. So you can apply for one role at a time. So you will have a conversation again with ISMCA to kind of what is the best fit role for your experience. As you can only apply for one position. Now, if something happens, you didn't get it, you can reapply in 6 months. It could be for a different position, same position or different position. And then for the emergency happen, right? We understand. At Disney, we're all about taking care of people, right? Just like we take care of our guests, we take care of our crew members, right? So, God forbid something happens, it will be a conversation you will have with your leader, right? And depending on what the situation is, and even if people have a money to push into it, they will let you know. I mean, we will let you know you have to go. The only thing will be if you can either come back on the ship or you need to reapply. That will be a conversation you have with your leader. But then you can go, if something happens, you can absolutely go. All right? Perfect. And I believe that was the last question, correct? Yes, perfect. So, okay, one more here.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Gian.
Hi, Gian.
How are you doing? Great. I'm from the coast side of the ocean. That'd be great.
Is it calling you like Moana? The ocean is calling you?
Yeah, I feel like a shark.
Okay. So you're like now we can. All right.
Sure. Yeah, I have a quick question. Well, actually, 2 questions. Right? So, first one, I think it's too close. But yeah, if we're eligible for a position, right, are we going to get like a training before we go on board? It's going to happen, right? In the event that's one. And the second one, you mentioned something about tattoos, right? I don't think that's the deal, but yeah. Could you give us a bit of
No, great question. I love that. So training, Disney loves training. So even though you have the experience, the reason we require the experience is because I think, as I explained to you, working on a ship is a lot, right? You're leaving your country, you're leaving your family, your support system, you're leaving your culture, you're leaving your favorite food, you're leaving, you're working someplace away. There's so much that, if in addition you don't know anything of the job that you're doing, it's like a lot, right? So that's what we require, that minimum level of experience. So you at least have a basic of the role that you're about to perform, and you know that you're enjoying it, right? Because what if you go there, I don't like it, you can't just say, well, I'm gonna walk away tomorrow, right? So that's what we require. However, there's a Disney way of doing everything. So you will have a substantial training, one being, of course, a lot of safety courses that you will do on land. You will go through something called the Disney Traditions, which is every single crew member and customer around the world takes this class, where you learn about Walt's legacy of how the company was created, our values, right, how we make decisions at Disney. And then on the ship, we will have a minimum of 2 weeks training. One is a little ship specific, very HR, ways of, how Disney does things and what's appropriate or not. And then in the area, so you will probably be 3 weeks almost in training before you're actually on your own. So we will take care of you. And in tattoos, I don't know what exactly your question is, so I guess I'll just give the guideline. Tattoos are allowed to be visible per Disney guidelines as long as they're below the neckline and they're smaller than your hand. So if you can put your hand next to the tattoo and it is covered, you don't have to cover it with makeup or a sleeve. If you have a full sleeve on, you can uncover it with your hand. Then you can still employ by Disney, you will just need to wear an under sleeve at all times, or a costume, we call it costumes or uniforms, or have a long sleeve option, you will need to wear that, even when you're working outdoors on the island in 100-degree weather, so there's something to think of. And then just not tattoos allowed from the makeup. So that's kind of it. All right. So, yes.
No visible tattoos.
So you're visible tattoos from the neck up. So which means that if you have a tattoo here on the neck, and you have makeup to cover it, then you can cover the tattoo and still be able to be considered. Depending on the side, yes. And again, Marcos and Carolina can walk you through those tattoos if you have any concerns with it. But the rule is very forgiving. All right. So I know that we took so much of your time, and we're so grateful that you were here with us today. If you do have any more questions, this is the website for ISMER, and hopefully you were able to also take a note of the email. Please send us all great questions, very appropriate to what we're here for, and we thank you so much, and we hope that you have a match for Register Unite, and again, we can see all your applications and questions through ISMC, all right? Thank you so much for
Gracias. Solo quiero aclarar, porque en una de las imágenes que pusimos apareció nuestro website con una dirección equivocada. Entonces, para que no haya problema, pues primero aclarar. Tenemos los enderezos electrónicos de la mayoría de ustedes que se registraron para poder estar aquí. Síganos en Facebook, en Instagram, en el YouTube, y también está aquí el acceso directo a nuestro sitio web para que puedan informarse más y estar en contacto con nosotros conforme sea necesario. Una vez más, gracias, le paso a la palabra.
Palabras finales. Gracias por venir. Gracias a los invitados, al Ministerio de Trabajo, Disney Cruise Line, Easy English, Universidad Mariano Alves, ISMER Group, y a todos ustedes por tomarse tiempo, regístrense. Vimos cosas bonitas, estoy seguro que a muchos nos brillaron los ojos, y pues nada, pensar más para adelante. Gracias, que tengamos regreso.